So do I have enough in the budget for CGI claws? Yay! Damn. Hello people of the Earth, Stars, Venus, and Mars. My name is TimeLord1452 and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Logan. After the success of Deadpool, it appears Fox has finally found its niche market, which is R-rated superhero films. Also, please note the perspective of this review, I have not read Old Man Logan. Now without further ado, let's review. So Logan stars Hugh Jackman, Patrick Stewart, and Daphne Keane, and is directed by James Mangold, who's also the director of 3:10 to Yuma and Walk the Line. So in Logan, mutants are nearly extinct, and an aging Wolverine must escort a young mutant experiment and Professor X across the US. Now this is very different from most superhero movies for numerous reasons. The first of which is it's very grounded with the most logical sense of reality you can find in a superhero film. They even make mention to how comics written about them are exaggerated. Maybe some of it happened, a lot of it didn't. Because in reality, people die. This is a story of redemption for Wolverine. In actuality, this is a modern western. Its pacing, color palette, and camera shots are incredibly reminiscent of one. As I've mentioned before, this is an R-rated movie, and with good reason. It is incredibly brutal. You've got Wolverine slicing people's limbs off, ripping people's faces off, and then you have your other deaths like people getting incredibly bombarded by shrapnel. Also, a lot of cursing from all the characters. The pacing was very good. You had your fast action points and then you had your slower points, but they were balanced very well. When those slow points came around, I wasn't bored, because it really gives the movie and characters some reality during those scenes. Now some of the exposition in this movie, I really liked how it was delivered, because it was like in Shaun of the Dead, where he's flipping through the channels and you're only getting these little bits and pieces of what's going on, but it's enough to kind of for you to put it together, but they don't bombard you with so much unnecessary info. And it's the same in this movie, because as they're flipping through the radio, they're talking about, you know, what happened to all the other X-Men, why aren't they in this movie? And it gives us just what we need, but not too much. Because we're supposed to be focused on what's going on now, not what happened in the past. Characters, we have Wolverine. It's the future, something happened, now he's aging, he can't properly regenerate. But like the Logan we know, he pushes through, claws and all, right through the skin. Then we have Professor X, and he is falling apart mentally. He's forgetful, and now his mind is apparently considered a weapon of mass destruction due to certain events. But he's become so unstable. It's really sad when you see it. Although I will admit there are a few parts that are funny. I think I spotted a Taco Bell advertisement in his madness. You sneaky marketers. Then you have Laura, who if you haven't heard by now is actually X-23, who like her comic book character is an experiment, but in this movie she is an experiment of something much bigger. She's someone who's been a prisoner all her life, sometimes will seem feral, and she is vicious. Daphne Keane is new to movies, and she does a fantastic job in this. She's silent for most of the movie, and I have to give her props because she's able to convey her personality and emotions without uttering a word. Two other characters worth mentioning in this movie are Caliban and the main villain of this movie. I can't remember what his name is. For the main villain, he's interesting. He's a partial cyborg, basically like a Western bounty hunter. He's after Logan, he's after the girl. He also has a very distinctive southern accent. Plus the robot hand is flipping awesome. Caliban is one of those tragedy stories. He was actually in X-Men Apocalypse. He was only for a very small part though. He worked with Psylocke. In this movie, he's taking care of Professor X, and he's sort of just taken advantage of. No one really gives him enough credit just for all the work that he's doing, and he really adds a lot. Like if he was missing, there would feel like that there was a big chunk left out of this movie. The only real downside to this movie I can actually think of is its CGI. It's minimal and barely any, but when it's used, it's not exactly the best. But it's usually far enough at a distance to where you can't notice so heavily. It's mostly like in those real close-ups, like with the guy's mechanical hand. Like you can easily tell that's CGI, but everything else was great. That's really all I have to say about this movie. So Logan nailed it.
Perfect.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching my review of Logan. If you liked it, break that like button in half, subscribe right here to see more, follow me on Twitter at TimeLord1452, and until next time, I hope you have enjoyed. Allons-y.